Hi, in this session we will continue from the previous one and we will look at solutions of simple equations such as cos theta is equal to 0, sin theta equals 0, etc. And later we will also look at trigonometric functions of angles in different quadrants. So let us begin with a simple equation, cos theta is equal to 0. Now the solution to this equation are all possible values of theta for which this equation is satisfied, that is cos theta is equal to 0. Now let us look at this unit circle out here, and we have learned from the previous session that for an angle theta that this line segment OP makes with positive x-axis in the counterclockwise direction, cos theta is equal to the projection of OP on the x-axis, assuming that the radius of the circle is 1, that is, it is a unit circle, right? And sin theta is the projection of OP on the y-axis. Now cos theta is equal to 0 implies that the projection of OP on the x-axis should be 0, and we have seen earlier that it happens when point P coincides with points B or D. For example, for angle theta is equal to pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2 and so on, cos theta would be 0, and therefore those are possible solutions of this equation. And we have also seen that we can generalize those solutions by expressing theta as odd integer multiples of pi by 2. That is, we can say that theta is equal to 2n plus 1 times pi by 2, where n belongs to the set of integers, constitutes the general solution to the equation cos theta is equal to 0. These are called general solutions because we can now plug in all possible values of n, for example 0, positive integers, negative integers, and get all possible values of theta, and we know that that list would be endless. Now out of all those values of theta, the particular values that lie between 0 and 2 pi, where 0 is included and 2 pi is not included in the set, those particular values of theta would be called principal solutions. So what would be the principal solutions of this equation? As we can see from this unit circle diagram, those values would correspond to theta is equal to pi by 2, that is when point P coincides with point B, and theta is equal to 3 pi by 2, that is when point P moves to point D. In a similar manner, we can find solutions to the equation sin theta is equal to 0, and we already know that this happens when the projection of line segment OP on the y-axis is 0, and this would happen when point P coincides with either point A or point C on this diagram, and those solutions could be generalized by expressing theta as n pi, that is all integer multiples of pi, where n belongs to the set of integers. And what would be the principal solution out of this set of general solutions? Those would be the values of theta that lie between 0 and 2 pi, 0 included. So when we substitute n is equal to 0, we get theta as 0 radians, that is when point P coincides with point A, and when n is 1, we get theta is equal to pi, and that is the principal solution when point P coincides with point C. And likewise, we can find solution for tan theta is equal to 0 equation, and because tan theta is the ratio of sin theta by cos theta, this equation would be satisfied when sin theta is equal to 0 and cos theta is not equal to 0, because the denominator cannot be equal to 0, and therefore we can say that the general solution to this equation tan theta equals to 0 is the same as that for sin theta is equal to 0, that is theta is equal to n pi, but with the condition that cos theta cannot be 0, that is theta cannot be equal to an odd integer multiple of pi by 2 or 2n plus 1 pi by 2. This is not allowed, and this would hold for all possible values of n which are integers. Now, for the sake of completeness, let us also look at the solutions for the equations sec theta equals to 0, cosec theta equals to 0, and cot theta is equal to 0. Now, we have seen earlier that sec theta cannot be 0 because 0 is not part of the range of sec theta, the function sec theta. We have seen that that for the function sec theta and cosec theta, their values range from +1 to plus infinity, and on the negative side from minus infinity to -1. So therefore they cannot take a value 0. Therefore we say that these two equations, that is sec theta is equal to 0 and cosec theta is equal to 0, do not have any solution, no solution. And as for cot theta is equal to 0, we know that it is the ratio of cos theta by sin theta. So therefore this would be possible when